Hello everyone and welcome to the 2022 Red Carpet Show. I'm Sweet Lou Jeff Rosado. We're here at Keystone at the Crossing in Indianapolis. And Steve Kroll, my tag team partner here, we're going to talk to some of the inductees into the Hall of Fame for the year 2022. And our first inductee, the 201st inductee, is Bernie Allen. Bernie attended Purdue University and a former major league player. And Bernie, really appreciate your time. Just looking over your bio here, 27 years with your wife Sharon. Sharon's here, and 4 daughters, and had 2 sons, 16 great grandchildren, 4 great great grandchildren. Education, went to East Liverpool High School in Ohio and attended Purdue University. And then, boy, you really took off after that, major league player. Let's talk a little bit about your major league career. Of course, here in your bio, it talks about you were a second baseman and took the place of Billy Martin. How was that adjustment back then?
That went really well because Billy was about 35 years old at that time, and he taught me a lot in spring training on the mental part of playing second base. And then the Twins decided to keep me and release him. And then later on, he became a third base coach with the Twins. But Billy always has been good to me and has always helped me whenever I needed it.
So you were talking about him you took his place at a young age, 35 or whatever. He wasn't the fiery guy that
he was still fiery.
He was still fiery.
He was still fiery, but he knew a ball player knows when he's about done playing. It wears on the body. Did
you know he was going to be a manager after that, or he'd already said he wanted to be a manager, or
No, he became a scout when they released him. And then the next year, he became the third base coach for the Twins.
It says here you were the 1962 Topps All-Star rookie, made the rookie roster and finished 3rd Rookie of the Year. Also, you behind Tommy Trish and Buck Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
You played 5 seasons for the Twins and then was traded to the Washington Senators. After 5 seasons with Washington, then you moved on to Texas, and then at that time, then you were traded to the New York Yankees.
Yeah, I was just on the team that went down from Washington to Texas. And that winter, I got traded to the Yankees.
And of course, everybody knows the Yankees. What was your experience with them?
I hated the Yankees when I was growing up because I grew up in Ohio, and Cleveland Indians were my team at that time. And Yankees kept beating them, and so I hated the Yankees, and that was the only team you could get on TV if you wanted to watch a game. And then when I got there, I was treated better. They treated me better than any other ball club I played for.
It says here then that you played 17 games for the Yankees in '73 before being purchased by Montreal. How about that adjustment to Montreal? Could you speak their language when you went up there?
That's about it. No, that was quite an adjustment. I'd never been to Montreal. I never played in the National League till then.
Yeah.
And then I had to join them. I was in New York, and I had to join them, fly out to L.A. for 1 game, and then get on another plane, fly back to Montreal, and get on another one to go to New York so I could pick up my car and clothes. And then drove up the next day, and then everything became normal again.
Also, you were a starting quarterback in 1960 for the Boilers. You led them in wins over number 12 Notre Dame, Ohio State, and number 1 Minnesota. It says here your collegiate career ended after you were named an All-American shortstop, and then you went on with your major league career. compared, obviously we can't compare, but the guys nowadays got it pretty good, don't they? I mean, obviously the salaries are much, much better.
Oh, yes.
You mentioned about flying in planes. I thought maybe you were going to say trains. Or
Well, I played with guys that did travel by train. A good friend of mine who I got to know, he played 17 years in the major leagues. He was 12 years older than me. That was Roy Sievers. And he told me about traveling on the trains.
do you still? I mean, do you still watch baseball now?
Now and then, I don't watch it that much. No.
Well, I saw you walk up here. Obviously, there may have been, nowadays that guy either stealing second or he's rounding second, going to third. Obviously, you didn't have many collisions, or did you?
I did. I had one big one my third year in the big leagues. I got a lollipop throw from my shortstop, and I was stretched back towards left field like a first baseman, and Don Zimmer came down and threw a cross-body block on me, and I lost my knee for that year, and almost the whole career.
Wow.
Lost an ACL and a medial collateral.
Well, let's get back over to the football side. They talk about concussions in 2021, and of course the equipment, I'm sure, has improved since you were quarterback of the Boilers, right?
I would hope so.
And roughing the passer penalties, or
Yeah, they're not allowed to hit you like they used to. Used to plant their helmet right in the middle of your back.
This #1 Minnesota, Notre Dame, and Ohio State games. Do you recall anything about those wins?
Oh yeah, I loved every one of them. And we beat Notre Dame up there. It was 45-13 at halftime. And I got to play first series on offense and scored. I usually did the extra point kicking. They wouldn't let me kick the extra point. And Malakoff calls me over to him there on the sideline. He says, "See those seats back there against the stadium?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I want you to go back and sit there and don't you move the rest of the game." And I said, "No, I want to go ahead and kill these guys." And he says, "You don't have to come back next year. I do." I said, "You got a good point." I just went back and sat the rest of the afternoon.
Speaking of Notre Dame, I know you grew up in East Liverpool, Ohio, and you're a little bit younger, but you played on the playgrounds of Lou Holtz. What
the time.
What do you remember about those days?
I could whip on him.
You could whip on it. Did you? Besides having fights, did you play ball with him?
Oh, we played football, basketball, baseball, anything that was in season, every day almost.
What was it that you learned in East Liverpool that ended up taking you to Purdue to play football and baseball? You're in the Purdue Athletic Hall of Fame, then you had that pretty good big league career. What did you learn there?
To be truthful with you, when somebody would ask me when I was a kid, what you wanted to do, I said, I want to be a Major League Baseball player. And of course they laughed and said, yeah, good luck, kid. But I never ever thought about playing football that much. But I could throw a football. It came easy to me. And I didn't know I really had a talent for that. But then football scholarship was the only way
You must
I
have had a
get
pretty good arm at shortstop.
Well,
Because I know you said you played second base in the big leagues, but you were
Well,
shortstop before that, right?
yeah, but in pro ball, second base they liked my footwork and my quick hands.
Had to have footwork as a quarterback too.
Yes, and I think that had a lot to do with playing second base. I could turn a double play, and of course the pitchers love that.
Yeah. And now you live in Carmel, and are you retired for business?
Oh yes,
What was your favorite part of your business career?
Oh, I was in the sporting goods business for about 12 years after I got out, and then I got into sales for ceramics, and I called on a lot of sanitary ware people and things like that. They'd use the kiln or furnace of some kind. We would make them a carrier to fire their ware on.
Well, Bernie, when you got the call, you were going to be a Hall of Famer. What was that like? What's this mean? What's this mean to you?
Oh, I'm very honored. But I'm going to tell you, I was shocked because, I don't know, I've been playing in that golf outing down in Jasper for so many years. Never ever thought about getting into this Hall of Fame. And when they called, I said, I thought you had to play high school ball in Indiana. He said, no. And then I said, well, that's a shock to me. So, yeah, I'm very happy.
Well, we look forward to your speech tonight. Congratulations on being the 201st inductee, and we'll see you at the banquet.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.